Disney List time. This week's Disney List is all about the Disney Plus content that we're streaming right now to help keep us entertained as we live a life of quarantine. So what Disney Plus content are you streaming while in quarantine? Obviously, Disney Plus launching here not too long ago and now has provided us so much content that we did not have before, especially when it comes to so much archived matters of the Disney Channel and the Disney Vault, and now certain things are accessible to us that were not previously. Joining me here for this Disney List, Katrina Manzone and Tyler Crouch, producer Kurt as well. Tyler, Katrina, what are you guys streaming right now? What are you using to keep you upbeat?
Well, I have been watching the Disney fairy tale wedding, so I've been binging that, and I love them to death. And critiquing things that I would probably do when I get married.
She gets so angry. She says, "I would do not ever do that." She gets very upset. Okay, all right, make a note of it.
Girl, yeah. I would never choose that dress. But other than that, and then I watched I've been going back to the 90s, early 2000s, and watching the old original Disney Channel movies, like Horse Sense and My Stepsisters from Planet Weird or whatever.
Yeah.
13th year, random old things that I've never seen. And then today I just started what is it called? Jumping Ship. And then I totally forgot it was a sequel to Horse Sense. So that just blew my mind. I totally forgot. So anyway, that's what I'm doing, is just rehashing things from the past.
Do you guys have
any of those movies? But
do you guys by chance have
a
favorite Disney Channel series that you've been able to dive into at all? Have you brought up any old Disney Channel series?
No, I mean, I tried watching I've been watching the Little Mermaid series, but I really want to see Aladdin, the series, but I don't think it's on there. But I've been watching the Little Mermaid one for sure.
I never got attached to any Disney Channel series ever. Even throughout my whole life, I don't know why I never got into Even Stevens or anything like that. Which is
shame on you.
Kind of that should have been I was the right age for that. So I don't know. I just never got into it. I was a Nickelodeon kind of guy.
Right, Lizzie McGuire
all the time. Yeah, I never got into Lizzie McGuire either. But are you watching currently a series, Wade?
I am, mainly because, and I like to preface this by saying Disney Channel series are meant to be lighthearted and fun and kind of, not to knock anybody's creativity, stupid, right? They're all very much sort of engaging, silly, over-the-top, ridiculous, and that's what the Disney Channel mode of...
That's so Raven.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous, right? It's over the top, and it really helps you escape. And that's what I've always, sort of turned to the Disney Channel shows. They're all, very vibrant colors that they use in all of their scenes, and every child is more intelligent than the adult in the room, and it's fantastic. So to answer your question, what I am currently streaming when it comes to a Disney Channel series is Raven's Home, believe it or not.
Yes!
Oh.
Yeah.
It's so silly, but I love it.
It's the same.
I need to watch it. I need to watch I stopped watching it the first season.
It's the best.
Because didn't pay for Disney anymore, the Disney Channel.
To have her back, after that initial run with That's So Raven, to have Raven's Home and that sort of continuation, you still get all the hijinks, all the antics. She's carried it on into adulthood, but now she has kids, and she's there with her best friend from the original series, and she has her child with her, and they all kind of live together, and each of them has a different life circumstance. It's hilarious and totally worth checking out. And again, it kind of gets you lost in just how silly it is, and you forget about those harsh realities of the world. I also appreciate... What's that?
I said that is so Raven.
That is so Raven. You bet. I also really appreciate, and D in chat also says this, a lot of the Nat Geo, National Geographic offerings that are on Disney Plus as part of the parent deal. She mentions that she's binge watched 14 seasons of The Incredible Dr. Pol. A lot of free time there. Good for you,
Go, D.
All the ins and outs of Dr. Pol, I'm sure. I watched recently Exploring the Titanic with James Cameron from Nat Geo. Fascinating.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That sounds really pretty neat.
Yeah, very captivating.
Maybe I should go check that out. If anybody hasn't seen it yet, you should honestly go check out the Jeff Goldblum show, too, on all that Nat Geo stuff. I really love that show. We watched it back when it came out, but... if you haven't seen it, I recommend that you go and check it out, because not only do you learn things about, random junk here and there, but you also get to see that crazy Jeff Goldblum do his Jeff Goldblum thing. So,
he's so wacky.
He's really nuts. Yeah, and did you have anything else you were watching over there, Wade?
Yeah, so definitely been going back into my my kid classic films, the ones that I would watch over and over again when I had it on like VHS or DVD. I love to go back and take a look at the sports type films. So Remember the Titans is one that, it's one of my all-time favorite films, period. But I love going back and watching that, because that really does take you to a different time. Obviously back in the 60s, and you got Denzel Washington, and you've got your whole roster of soon-to-be megastars, and it's such a great story. I love that. And the other thing that disappoints me, though, because I went looking for this the other day, D2 The Mighty Ducks, not available until next year, and it says so.
No knuckle pucks.
Yeah, no knuckle pucks. What
that's
the puck?
Oh, geez,
Yeah.
Watch it.
Family show, right?
You can't say that.
I just watched Rookie of the Year last week, and I forgot how kooky that was. Such a silly movie.
Funky butt loving.
Good. I love it.
That's what he says.
For me, I've been watching the obvious stuff. I watched Frozen 2 because that obviously came out early.
You said obviously.
I'm sure,
yeah, that's obvious.
Everybody has already watched that. Obviously. It's obvious that everybody is obviously watching that. And then, of course, it's not out yet, but I'm just going to throw Onward on there because I'm going to be watching Onward the day it comes out, April 3rd. It's really cool that they released it. You can go and watch it now, but I can wait for it to be on Disney Plus. I've waited long enough.
I got my tissues ready. I'm just gonna sit here and start crying in private. So.
I'm so excited. I've never been more excited, but also more scared of a movie. Like, I think it's gonna make me just bawl my eyes out. So
you're afraid of the emotional impact.
I am afraid of the emotional impact. A lot of people know that I've recently lost my dad, and it's not super recent anymore, I guess, but recent enough for me. And this movie is very much about two brothers who want to speak to their dad again one more time, who has passed away or something has happened to him. I don't know. I've been trying to stay away from it as much as I can. So,
getting dad back, just half of them though.
Yeah.
I saw the preview.
So, just the pants apparently.
Right.
But I'll see. I'm sure there's more to that once you watch the actual movie. But the last thing that I've been watching a lot of, and that I think everybody needs to go and do themselves a favor and watch if you haven't, are all the Mickey shorts that started coming out in 2008.
Great point.
That whole list of Mickey shorts is on Disney Plus right now. And you can start on season 1, episode 1, and I guarantee you by the end of the day, you'll still be watching them, and you'll still be as into it as you were from the start. Like, to me, they're fantastic. They really kind of celebrate more of those. They celebrate those Walt Disney cartoons more than a lot of people think just by looking at that art style. When you look at the art style, it's easy to be like, "Oh, I don't like Ren and Stimpy" or something like that, so I'm not going to be into this. But if you get past the kind of like, I don't want to say gross art style of it, but it definitely has a weird. I guess gross is a decent word for it. It just doesn't look right sometimes.
Raw.
It's kind of out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, raw. That's a good way to put it. Get past the art style. You'll see a lot of Disney parks love. You'll see a lot of Walt Disney love. You'll see a lot of great little Easter eggs. And to me, honestly, we'll sit there and laugh at that cartoon. I can't think of any other cartoon that makes me laugh like that these days. And I'm just laughing at like slapstick humor. It's like, I shouldn't be laughing at somebody getting hit in the face because I'm a 34-year-old man, but I am. So
real immature.
Yeah, I know, really. But and honestly, we talked about Runaway Railway recently too. Go watch those to get affiliated. Get affiliated with those shorts. Then go on Runaway Railway, and I guarantee you'll appreciate Runaway Railway more.
Yeah.
So I just think that's a great thing to sit and watch for a while because you can definitely binge watch that.
Yeah, I recently, I was mentioning to you guys a little bit earlier, a Goofy movie. You want to talk about being totally captivated and going back to a simpler time. A Goofy movie will do it for you each and every time with Lester's Possum Park and all of the great, especially Bigfoot's appearance, all the great little cameos that you see of the Disney characters within a Goofy movie. If you've never seen a Goofy movie, bring it up on Disney Plus. Check it out. It's such a classic, so underrated, and got one of the greatest soundtracks of all time too, with Powerline. Ah, too high.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
And the opening song too. I love the opening song of that movie.
Yeah,
It's really great. I think I listened to it over and over again as a kid. I just, after today, and I'm
Max and Roxanne.
I do love Goofy movie. Yeah, Max and Roxanne. Whatever happened to Roxanne? They should put Roxanne in more stuff.
You know what? Bring her back. Now's the time.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And producer Kurt, when it comes to your favorite Disney Plus streamables right now, what are you watching?
So I've been getting into the Mickey and Minnie shorts.
You too.
Because of your guys' lovely recommendations.
Oh,
So
you guys hear that?
Kind of gotten into that
Yes.
a bit. So I have been watching that, but I've also there's an old school show that I used to watch when I was younger called Gargoyles that's on there.
Oh my goodness, yes.
I forgot about
good.
that.
It's really good. So I've been rewatching that, and that's a really good one to watch. That Rescue Rangers, you got to go back to the classics. Chippendale Rescue
Rangers.
Yeah,
So
old school DuckTales. So, just everything from my childhood. It's fun to watch and relive that since I can't really do anything else.
Right. So, well, our buddy Brandon in YouTube chat says he's watching the new DuckTales series. So I hear great things about it. I haven't had the opportunity to catch it myself, but we all got plenty of time. I'll be checking it out soon. And then Tiki Andy says the Sweet Life on deck to get the cruise fix as well. Very smart. If you can't jump on
Andy.
board a real cruise line,
Get it.
Sweet Life on deck.
Right.
Mr. Mosby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in their first iteration of that show, they lived in a hotel too, right? So if
Right.
you're missing the resorts,
life,
watch the
man.
first iteration. If you want to go on a cruise, watch the second.
That's right.
It's a good point, Tiki Andy. Look at this guy.
Smart guy. Absolutely. Well, that'll wrap up our discussion for what we're streaming on Disney Plus right now while in quarantine. What are you streaming? What are you making sure you get caught up on? Are there any series from the past you're taking a look at? Let us know in the comment section, or you know what? Send us an email, kingdomreportlive@gmail.com, and share what you're doing to keep your Disney focus while you're under quarantine, keeping that magic alive.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.